guys. So tonight we are doing, wait, where is my sound here? Turn this down a little bit. Tonight we are doing $5 readings. And those are for mini readings. It's pretty much the only thing I'm offering. If you are in the middle of your reading and you decide that you want me to elaborate further, pull more cards, it would be another $5. We just continue in increments for that reading itself. Read the description. It's not like anything crazy different, but there are some specifics in there now in regards to your donation. So just scan that really quickly if you are donating with me tonight. Hello, Rashima, Joan, Earth Angel, Pamela. Hi, how are you? Bella Luna. What is going on? I hope you guys are having a great night. We're going to get started on our free list here in just a minute. Hey, Janu, how are you? Joan, I am getting a no. I am getting a yes for you, Pamela. I am getting a yes for you, Janu. Rashima, I am getting a no. 2 no's. I am getting a yes, Bella Luna, but I think this is something they want to work on. Earth Angel, I am getting a yes, but I don't think they want to have to like have this all on their shoulders. So if you're willing to compromise or work with them and put equal effort in, then they will too. But they're just worried about having to approach you or initiate things all on their own. Not yet, love. I'm getting a no, not yet. Glitching, yes. Haley, yes. You're welcome, Earth Angel. Becca, I see you said spicy. We're only doing $5 readings tonight, so we're not doing spicies. We're just doing regular $5, audio or typed. I just did not feel like being on camera tonight. I just want to be cuddled up on my couch, hanging out with my fiance, even though he's playing video games right now. I just want to be in his presence. I feel like we've been two passing ships in the night lately. Like, I literally didn't see him at all yesterday, all day. I said goodnight to him and that was it pretty much. So I'm feeling like I want to just at least be in the same room as him while I work. Oh, your yes or no was spicy. Did I miss it, Becca? I'm sorry. Okay, let's see. Ah, I see what you're saying now. So, Becca, I am getting, most likely not, but there is kind of like a spark that I feel around you guys. And I know sometimes the holidays, even though we're eating junk food and typically just getting fat and happy, I still feel like there's a bit of magic in the air around the holidays, especially if it's your favorite holiday or it means something to you around this time. And especially New Year's Eve, going into the new year, things like that. It's just kind of magical. And so with the Empress here, it's making me feel like anything is possible. So I feel like it's a no, just the way things are going, but I don't want to tell you outright 100% that it's not going to happen, but most likely not. Wag, you'll see this person differently. So I feel like this is a yes, but the highlight here is that they're either going to look different or you're seeing them differently. So I hope that makes sense. It feels good. So tonight's really cool because I'm literally just doing $5 readings. So basically, how it's going to work is you guys are going to donate $5. And as I'm doing your reading, I'll let you know when I got everything out of the cards that I see in front of me. And then if you're like, I want you to elaborate more, then at that time you can add another $5 and it would just go up in increments. But it technically is $5 per question. So let's just say you have 3, you would donate 15. It just keeps things very simple for tonight. And that way, if you want to elaborate, you can, or if you feel like your answer was in full, then it's only $5. So I think that's a pretty good deal. And you also get the choice of whether it's typed or audio. So that is also up to you. I'm not charging extra to do one or the other. You're welcome, Wag. Ooh, Becca donated. All right, let's pull that up here. Becca. Cash App? Okay, thanks for telling me. I am going to confirm that for you. Becca, you are confirmed, girl. Hey, Jess, how are you? We have about 5 minutes left of the free list, guys. So if you have a yes or no question, please ask it now. We're only doing $5 readings tonight. It's just so affordable. Please let me know also if you guys, when you donate, if you want audio or if you want a typed reading. I'm not charging extra for either or. It's just $5. I feel like I can get readings done a lot quicker this way as well. I've been having a lot of like long wait times, and I want to like kind of flow a little bit quicker tonight. So we're switching it up. Becca wants audio. Got it. Say, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. You should be able to talk in the chat in the next 5 minutes. So just hang tight. And when you come into the chat, we can do a free yes or no question for you in between readings. Okay, there's about 3 minutes left of the free list, and then we are going to move on to Becca. Becca donated for an audio reading. And Becca, I'm ready for your question. Jess is just stopping by and chilling. Thank you. I actually had Vetus on last night, and I don't know if you guys have seen her in any, like in my chat or someone else's, but Vetus Wilson. And she literally watched the entire stream last night. I was on for almost 5 hours, and she was there the entire time. And I was like, you are a blessing. And she didn't even get it, like, she didn't even donate or anything. She just was there. And I know that has to help the algorithm when I can hold viewers for that long. So even if you guys just have me in the background or whatever, that is definitely, it will help me, trust me. So I love having you guys here hanging out. Okay. Hey Liz, how are you? Okay, Jades. Jades, I am getting a no. 7 of Swords. Liz, I think the trip would be rewarding, but I do think it's going to be exhausting for you. And Spirit's like telling me to tell you don't do too much. So if you feel like it's going to overextend you in any way, like energetically, mentally, emotionally, financially, it's probably for the best to just stay home. But if you can swing it, I think you will have a good time. Yes, I am doing well. Thank you. tonight we're doing $5 readings. Just $5 and you can have a reading with me. You get to choose audio or typed. One more minute on the clock for free reads, unless you are new to me. If you are new to me, I will still answer a question for you. We are shuffling right now for Becca's reading. Okay, so the free list is closed now. Becca would like to know, can I have a general reading for December? The vibes. General love for December. For Becca, please. You're very welcome. Say, I do take Cash App, yes. Let me put my link in the chat here. I always put my link tree in the pinned comment, but sometimes people don't realize that their Cash App link is in there. So I went ahead and put it in the chat as well. Correct, Say. Yes, I saw you said, I read your description and I like to donate. The more you donate, the more in depth. The more in depth and the more cards I pull for you. You can definitely put your question in the chat. It's preferable so that I can put your question on screen and you can always kind of figure out where your reading was if you ever want to come back to it. So all you would do is you would donate, you would tell me in the chat what you donated for and what your question is. And just so you know, Say, I usually do camera streams. You usually will see me and you'll see the cards. Tonight's just stay audio and typed, so you'll be able to listen in, or if you prefer, I can type your reading. It's up to you. Okay, you got here someone really reeling and stewing in the fact that they lost you in December. They're going through it. It feels they're really struggling with this. And I'm taking like a deep breath in because I'm like starting to notice like chest tightness and things like that. And so that's making me feel like there's a bit of weight here where this person is thinking about you It doesn't feel good because they're desiring a change. That sounds good. Say thank you. I'll be with you very, very soon. I feel like a lot is coming to the surface, Becca, for this person. 10 of air. And I feel like they're trying to reach a solution to maybe stop feeling the way that they're feeling in December. This is definitely someone that you already know, as we have the life experience card here. And life experience translates to tower in this deck. So it definitely feels like something coming undone so that it can come back together. You have the star, the 3 of water, ace of swords, as well as life experience, and 10 of air, in case you wanted to know. Kendra, hi. D, thank you. I'll confirm yours. You will be after Say. So Kendra, we have Becca that I'm working on right now. Then we have Say. Then we have D. And then we have Beauty. I'm going to have to confirm everyone's donations in a second. It does not sound like the baby's father. I would agree with that. I feel like he wants to feel more positive. He's just feeling very almost tortured. Like I said, he's still kind of reeling over this non-communication, separation from you. But he is trying to make positive changes and figure out his like long-term plans when it comes to you. Almost like he's understanding things a little bit better now, where things felt maybe mixed, or things felt like he like couldn't quite see clearly. It's almost like it feels different now. Like when you and him were together, right? Like if things kind of just fizzled out maybe, or whatever had happened between the two of you, it seems like he's wanting to like rewrite that story. You feel the same energy he does, no communication part. I also feel like he's having like I don't know if he's eating like bad things, but it's like gastrointestinal, and I think that his mental health is affecting his like just general health in his body, because I feel like in his mind he's eating things to like compensate for how he's feeling, and then maybe he's eating things that are irritating his body. It just feels like indigestion, heartburn, things like that, which is just a random message, but I'm sensing that for him. I feel almost like when you guys were in communication before, he left because he didn't want to get hurt. He like intentionally like allowed for this disconnection because like I feel like he knew what he was doing there. He knew. But he's feeling you very strongly in December as well. So yeah, this really does feel like Marquise, I would say. It's definitely someone that you know, someone who's trying to come back around. So it doesn't feel like it's 100% manifesting in the physical, because we have a lot of air here and water. I don't have any earth at all. But I feel like we're working in that direction. He doesn't want you to leave him behind. He feels like you're like slipping away from him. Hey Kendra, I'm actually not doing spicy readings tonight. I can come back later in the week, maybe like tomorrow night because it's Friday, but I don't have that deck on me, and it's a particular deck that I like to use for it. I'm not like in my office right now where I usually am. Becca wants to donate for channel messages. Of course you can donate for channel messages. We'll add that onto your reading. Okay, so say you are next. Let me know if you want your reading to be typed or if you like the voice, the audio. And you donated $10, so that's more cards for one question, or you can do too many readings for what you donated. I think you said you wanted in-depth, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so Becca, let's get you some channeled messages. Kendra, I work tomorrow, so I probably can't make it, but that's okay. I'll send for too many reads. Okay, girl. Got it, Becca. Okay, Kendra. Say, I have your question. Say would like the voice. Okay. No, you're totally fine. Say, I have you saved here. Your question saved. I'll be with you in just a second. So for Becca, Becca is wanting channeled messages from Marquise. I feel like he's intentionally looking for reasons to think of you, but he's saying that so many things remind him of you. But I think he's also like thinking about you so much, so it's kind of like, I don't think everything's reminding him of you. I think he's just thinking about you a lot, and then you just happen to be like in his mental focus, so then he's like relating a lot to what you are. He is saying that he felt lost for a little while when you knew him. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about you just came out. I want to be more than what we are. I want to be more than friends. I wish I had treated you better. He was in hiding, I feel. When he says that he was like lost when you knew him, I feel like he also was like just very confused or something, but it didn't have anything to do with you. He's saying that he hid as well. He was lost and he hid. He felt almost like unprotected, like he felt very exposed and open and vulnerable is what I'm hearing him say. I replay our conversations over and over. And the last one says, I knew exactly what I was doing. And I told you in the last reading that he was intentional with his actions. We also have at the bottom of the deck, I want you, which is a bit saucy. He has some regrets here, but I don't think he would do things differently if he could go back. I think he just wants to do things differently now. All right, so this is for Say. Say donated for an in-depth. Thank you, Becca. You're very welcome. If anyone that's on my donation list does not want audio, please let me know. I'm just going to assume everyone wants audio unless you tell me otherwise. Okay, Say, I am getting that you shouldn't really worry about this. I feel like your instincts are more fears than they are gut feelings. What I'm getting here is long-term relationships, like things that are going to last to the, for a very long time, if not for the rest of your life. It's expansive, it's giving, it's generous. When I specifically ask, will the relationship work out? I am getting a yes. Yes, exactly. They are. I feel like you guys have just been through a lot. There's a lot of concern here. The Nine of Fire is here, which is the Nine of Wands. And it talks about not giving up. Like, don't lose hope. Maybe your faith is being tested right now and you have to just be a little bit more resilient. But it talks about like protecting what you've invested in, and like, yeah, I just feel like, what is this message here that's coming through? It's like, protect that which you've created, that which you've invested in, keep it sacred, keep it close to your heart. Like, don't allow your fears to get in the way of this connection. Oh, you're very welcome. We have the Three of Fire here in case you wanted to know or look up further meanings. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Ten of Earth. We have the Page of Earth, the Six of Earth, the Nine of Fire. So your relationship is calling for balance, and it's very important for you guys to be investing in your relationship equally. And that doesn't have to be at the same time, but it just has to eventually feel like it's feeling balanced. So, for example, let's just say you're going to school and let's just say he's not. He needs to be putting more time into you because he has it to give. And maybe that lasts 2 or 3 months. But then you need to return it. We talk a lot about equal give and take and balance in a relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean it all has to happen at the same time. Sometimes people are going to have low months for a month or two. Maybe you feel like you have more time to give right now and he doesn't, but eventually you should get that back. And so Spirit's highlighting the fact that this relationship needs to feel balanced. It needs to feel like you guys are equally exchanging effort. And if for whatever reason you guys have the same amount of time available to dedicate to one another, it needs to be equal. So that's just a message for you, is just make sure that you're feeling and you're giving as much as you can, as much as they're investing into you in this connection. And that could be, sending stuff to each other. It could be conversations on the phone, FaceTiming, putting money in to actually see each other, things like that. We just want it to feel equal, especially with long distance relationships, because when one person feels like they're giving more than the other, that's when you start to lose faith, you start to lose hope. I feel like you also don't have much confidence here. We also have balance in reverse, the wheel, release, upright, Queen of Fire in reverse, and 8 of Water. So the 8 of Water, I'm going to get that clarified here. 7 of Air. He said you feel that he's been busy with school, so it feels like I give a little more effort, although I know it's not his fault. He's busy. So yeah, I mean, you might have to give a little more effort right now while he's in school. But, at some point that effort should be coming back around to you. Nobody can keep giving when they don't get something back, when they don't get something in return. It's hard. And it's okay for you to be that person for a short time, but it's like you do have to feel to some extent that, he is reciprocating, So that's what I'm getting here. Why is the 8 of Water here? It does talk about spiritual and emotional growth as well within your connection. So maybe you guys are learning what wasn't working, and you're able to kind of move forward from that with those lessons intact. Yeah, so I do see the heartbreak here. So the 3 of Swords is here clarifying the 8 of Water. And to me, that feels like a lot of your fears surrounding the separation that you guys had. It feels like it's going to come back around. But I also have the Knight of Cups here along with that, clarifying that card. And this talks about wanting to be romantic with someone, put time into someone, invest in them. And this is romantic partnerships, So I feel like it's almost like you guys are able to kind of start anew. It talks about the end of a phase or a situation, spiritual transformation. So like I said, you guys are growing. So what has been won't be, but we can't let our fears overcome, because we can actually have self-fulfilling prophecies. If we keep dwelling on the negative and what's not working, it will start to filter into our relationships. And then what I'm telling you right now, it may not come through because we're too focused. So just try to stay more on the positive side. If you like what I have to say, if you like this timeline, if you like this trajectory and you don't want it to change, just keep being positive and try not to, I should say. Try not to dwell on your fears in regards to it. Good. I'm glad that it's resonating for you. I'm going to take a quick peek and just see if there's anything else that I am seeing. So I am getting a message that things are looking very good. You might have to have some patience right now, but long-term plans are being made, and you have a very happy life with this person, feeling secure. I almost feel like there's a bit of justice here, like what you've put into this, you're going to be rewarded for. I don't see the Nine of Pentacles, which is usually what I get with that card, but I'm kind of picking that up a little bit here with the Six of Earth. So you also have the Wheel here, which is like I'm going to tell you two really good cards you have. The Sun at the bottom of the deck is probably the best card to get in a reading. We also have the Wheel in reverse. So the wheel, or not in the reverse, I'm sorry, the wheel upright. And that talks about a time of positive change and your situation moving forward. Good luck being on your side. So let's just not harness any fears, any negativity. Try to continue to boost your confidence. But I feel like it's going pretty good, I would say. The one last thing I will mention is that if you're ever feeling some type of way, you definitely want to speak up immediately. You don't want to let it like create this like harboring thing where you're growing a resentment. So like if you feel like he wasn't able to invest in you as much as you wanted on any particular given day, and it bothered you, speak up as soon as you can, because I feel like the more authentic you're able to be and honest and speak up, the better it will be. Of course, you want to pick your battles. So if you think it's something you'll get over, then maybe not bring that up. But if you think it's something you're going to just like sit on for days and days and days, like it's important for you in this connection. Communication is the biggest thing. You have to speak up when these feelings come about. So that is what I have for you, Say. Thank you for your donation, and I'm happy that it brought you clarity and calmness. That makes me happy. We're going to go ahead and move on to D. D, I am ready for your question. Say, I actually just saw the comment when you said that I'm the most accurate reader you've ever gotten a reading from. You'll definitely be back. Thank you so much for saying that. I love the feedback. I'm sorry I didn't see that before. I was just rereading all the comments. That's very sweet. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome. Oh my God, I just saw the beginning of your question, D. This is crazy. That's insane. I want to go back to the reading where I said that I feel like there's some kind of connection that happens before the end of the year. I feel like I remember telling you that. But then I was like, he's a little bit in his shell. So I don't know if like that changed or not. Wow, that's insane. Okay, so I'm going to look into this for you. I'm going to shuffle. I'll be on mute for a second, but I'm still here. Oh, okay. I see. Okay. Okay, D, and he for sure saw you, right? Hey, Venus, I was just talking about you. Jess came in to say hi, and I told everybody that you were in here like the whole time I was streaming yesterday. Okay. Wow. I think, D, this has changed things. I am seeing 2 of Cups. I am seeing the Lovers. And I am seeing 8 of Fire, which talks about news, information, things coming in quick, conversations. We also have the Knight of Cups. I will say that I feel like he's got a lot going on right now. So with the 2 of Pentacles that I see here, sorry, my microwave was going off. That was really loud. So with the 2 of Pentacles that I see here, and then the Lovers specifically, it's like the Lovers talks about needing to make a choice that's going to like basically alter your life in a way, and it's like you don't make this choice with a without a heavy heart. You don't make this decision lightly. And so that with the 2 of Earth, it almost seems like you could be opening a path after seeing him. It could be opening a path to each other, but the other one's not fully closed. So I do have to make that known. However, his thoughts in regards to you is wanting to get closer to you in a relationship or connection. I see that you said you emailed him and he hasn't responded, but you're not sure if he saw. I want to say I feel like he did. I just don't think he knows exactly what to say right now, because even if he is in separation, let's just say he spent Thanksgiving away from his partner or something like that, he's still contemplating over this connection. I'm not sensing that there's a complete breakup, but I do trust your intuition as well. So let's just say he probably still is tethered to this other situation right now. Nothing's official, but I feel like you have opened up like a channel to him, or like a pathway to him and him to you through this email. I think if he did see you, it felt shocking. I think he was a bit stunned by hearing from you. I think it's just all kind of, I don't know, something's being set in motion, but it just feels like he just isn't ready, or he feels like it wouldn't be right to message you just yet. But I do feel like he's not going to want to ignore you for too long, because if your email is just very nice and says, you know, happy Thanksgiving or whatever, I feel like he's not going to want to like be rude. So yeah, but he does have a lot going on right now. This card specifically means that he needs to make a decision. I feel like he's a very serious character and he's taking everything very seriously. Yeah. Two cards here. It says many things happening at once, or too much going on at one time. But in regards to you, he is feeling a pull, I would say. Kind of like a wave can pull you under, you know, and you can't really control it. It almost feels like that. We have a lot of water here. And I don't know, I just feel like there's a bridge. There's a bridge forming between you two. So there's a lot of contemplation happening. Let me pull some more cards. So the Nine of Fire is here, which talks about the last lap before the finish line. So this could be, you know, the doors opening, the one final stretch before either you make it or you break it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one final lap before this decision is made. Okay, so in regards to you, he's very traditional. So he's not, he's doesn't want to be rude, but he's not going to put himself in a position where it's going to be unfair to you to, I can just get like, I don't want to lead her on. And I'm not really in a position to entertain anything more than just friends. So what else? Yeah, just like he's doing everything just a certain way, very methodical. I think he feels in his heart that his time spent with his partner, okay, beauty, thank you. His time spent with his partner hasn't been necessarily for the best, and I think that he is considering moving on. It's a weird place, D, because I know that you want to know his feelings for you, but you, like, when someone is still involved with someone else, it's like they're not necessarily thinking about you in the way that you would hope. So I still feel like he's very guarded in these readings. Like, it's like I just keep getting that, like, he has thought about you, but he has a lot going on right now, and you know, maybe possibly something, I feel like you would be his next move. Like, let's just say he broke up with this other person, you would be his next move, I feel. But I feel like he also just wants to do things the right way. He doesn't want to lead anybody on. He wants to make sure he's making the right decision. So the only thing I can say so far that I'm getting is that he feels a strong connection to you, a strong bond, and I think that's something that never really went away. I feel like he does have an attraction to you, and I feel like a path from you to him is like starting to build, like, you know, by magic, like when like a road starts to like fall, like, I don't know how, I'm like having such a hard time explaining what I'm getting visually, but it's like it's like almost like the path is being created, like you're on one end and he's on the other, and you know, there was no roads were leading to each other, and now all of a sudden it's like slowly this path is being built, and it seems like it's working towards meeting each other, and like that's the visual spirit's giving me right now. I don't really know what to make of that, but it just seems almost like something has opened up for you guys recently. Like, I felt like everything was very closed for a long time, and it seems like now there's like an opportunity maybe forming for you guys. All right, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards for you. That's right, divine intervention. Beauty, are you still in here? Hopefully you are, because you are next. Like, the one thing I am getting is that he feels unprepared to talk to you. He feels unprepared to respond to your email just because he was not expecting it and he doesn't know what it would mean. He doesn't know what your intentions were. I think we all are a little bit curious, when someone we haven't heard from all of a sudden reaches out. I hope that it's like, oh, I happened to see her and then she reaches out to me, and I hope it just feels very organic to him. But I think sometimes when we feel connection to someone or we feel like we can psychically read them, we would just automatically know that there's an ulterior motive there. And so I think that he's probably in a place going like, why did she email me? What does it mean? How do I respond? Like, I feel like he doesn't want to be rude. He definitely wants to get back to you. And I do feel like he has seen it. I will say if he hasn't seen it yet, he will see it within the next couple of days. It just feels like it's right around him. So there's that. He may take a while to respond to you. He might say like, oh, hey, like I just saw your email. I'm so sorry. Like life's been kind of crazy and I haven't really had a chance to catch up on my emails or something. Even though he technically already saw it, he might say something like that to you because he like doesn't want you to feel like he just kind of kept you hanging or left you hanging, but at the same time he needs time to digest. Thank you, Vetus. So he has a card here that talks about a new person entering his life, which could nod to you since we're doing a reading, asking what his thoughts are in regards to you currently. A relationship beginning a new phase, heightened psychic abilities, opening heart to those around. So he's just kind of doing things that's just feeling right to him in the moment. He's not in the business of rushing. He's saying like, I just want to do things slowly, thoughtfully, intentionally. He has the Four of Air here, which is a more retreating type of energy. I would say it's more like I am just kind of taking time to myself to just do my own thing. It's not like the Hermit. The Hermit's very introspective and like soul searching and like deep thinking and solitary isolation, but more so he's just kind of doing things that please him and like just kind of living life, He feels like he needs to make a decision. He feels like he can't just keep like ignoring stuff, and there's a message here that his plans need to be like reviewed or reassessed or readjusted or revised. And then it also talks about maybe he felt like this just wasn't the best timing for him, even though I personally feel like it could be divine intervention. And I think if he viewed it as such way as divine intervention, he would see that maybe it's supposed to give him more insight about what he has going on to maybe help him better make a decision for his life. But he's viewing it as like it just wasn't a good time, because I think that he feels like he's just 1 foot in, 1 foot out of like his relationship. And there's a message for you here that I feel like he maybe wants to tell you, is that he feels like he has more going on than what you realize. Like there's more happening behind the scenes, more going on than meets the eye. So yeah, there's so many things here talking about how he just has so much going on. I may have to donate for a follow-up since you said that. Thank you so much, Luna. I really appreciate it. You're welcome. What did I say that made you want to donate again? Oh, gotcha. Oh my goodness. Beauty, are you in here by chance? Perfect. Okay, so Beauty, you want an audio, and did you donate for more cards or did you donate for 2 questions? Got it. Okay. In regards to you, he felt like you were feeling maybe empowered. He is having fears of doubt and indecision. I feel like he wants to be disciplined. He has this feeling like he can accomplish what he wants and what he says. Oh my gosh, Bodhi, are you okay? Honey? Baby. Hold on a second. Um, I'm so sorry, I lost my train of thought. My cat, like, literally just almost hurt himself. You probably heard, like, a loud bang. Maybe that has something to do with your reading. Okay. So anyways, maybe, like, running headfirst into situation. But I feel like he does feel like he can, accomplish what it is that he wants, what he sets his mind to, but I feel like he almost felt like you might have been coming at him in a very, like, empowered way, um, but I just feel like it's all the more reason for him to want you more, which is, like, very confusing. He does feel doubt, and he does feel uncertainty, and he does feel indecisive, which is probably not the energy you want him to be in, because I feel like you want him to be more concrete, more stable, more decisive, more certain about his actions and what he's going to do with you moving forward. Um, the crazy part is I do think that he understands what it is that you have to say, and the things that you have said to him he feels are valid. Like, he can see your side. I don't know if he's here. I don't know. The balance in reverse makes me feel like he's not really ready to concede. Like, he's not really ready to collaborate or compromise. We told him I'm over his bullshit and back and forth, move on. Dang, girl. Maybe that's why he felt like you felt empowered. Did he respond to you? Oh my gosh. So he is discontent. I think that he was feeling very hopeful about your connection, because we have the Four of Wands right next to the Four of Cups. And the Four of Wands talks about feeling content, feeling happy, feeling successful, like you were able to do something or maybe work towards something. And I am getting right next to it, like his hopes were high and now they're extremely low. He feels like either you or him or you both are missing an opportunity to be together, and he is unsatisfied. I The fact that I am getting the moon does make me feel like you made the right decision in saying the things that you said and feeling the way that you feel, because the moon talks a lot about the things that we keep hidden, secrets, events happening behind your back, things of that nature. And so it feels like this is what needed to happen. I feel like neither of you are going to be able to see eye to eye on any of this, really, because he's not wanting to concede or collaborate or compromise, and you have expectations. And so I just feel like we're not seeing eye to eye here. He is saying that if this feels like too much work for him, you might also feel the same. He feels like it's too much stress, too hard. I think that he might still have some steam left, but he's getting close to running out of steam, running out of motivation when it comes to you. Um, for a little while, I think it was about the chase, but I think now it's like, ugh, this is becoming, like, so much more like, I've tried, what more could I do? Like, he's really playing the victim over here, and I feel like this feels very final. I feel like if he's either not going to approach you anymore, he's gonna let this go, or he might try it one more time, but that's even pushing it. I feel like he's really just given up here. Okay, Kendra, thank you. Good, I'm glad you're okay, beauty. He also has a lack of self-confidence. He sees the confidence that you exude, and I think that that makes him feel a bit insecure. Like I said, all this time he's always been intimidated by you and by your way and willingness and determination to say what's on your mind, express how you feel, set your bar high. And I feel like he's always felt like he's never been able to meet your needs. He's in a place that's not willing to take action. I think that he's just a bit of a dreamer. He's he's in a way that's like almost delusional, just slightly, because I just feel like from his perspective, he feels like he's done all that he can do. He feels like, oh, I've done all the things. Like, why doesn't she? Like, why does she have to make it so difficult? Whatever. All he kept saying was he loved you. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know, beauty. I really don't. I In regards to his love for you, that's what I will say. I do know everything that I said, I believe that is correct, but in regards to him just saying that he loves you, it's just like, I don't know, maybe in the capacity that he's able to love, but it doesn't feel like unconditional, true love. I don't feel like in his actions he shows consideration for you. And I think that's very important when it comes to love, is that the things that they do, the actions that they have and hold, it needs to be something that they are considering you at every level. And I don't feel like he does that. I feel like he considers himself, and he sets himself up for the best case scenario in his life. But I think you did the right thing. I feel like your guides are clapping their hands. They're happy. They feel like almost like eureka. I never use that word. I don't know, but like I'm just hearing like eureka, she's got it. So they're happy with the decision that you made. I think, beauty, it's just important that you hold on to this feeling for as long as possible. And, if he does try to contact you again, that you hold strong and know that has anything changed up until this point, it's likely not going to change moving forward. And I have every faith and confidence that there is someone out there for you that is going to give you what you want. You just have to make room for them. And it doesn't seem like having this person in your life is going to allow for that. So, Exactly. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move on to Kendra. Also, D is confirmed for after Vetus. Yeah, I've been here. Why? Can you not hear me? Oh, gotcha. No, my mic didn't cut out. I'm just shuffling right now, so that's what I'm doing. Kendra, is Romo in charge of the schedule? Like, does he control when you work and things like that? Because there's something here about being strategic. We have the Knight of Air, as well as the Six of Earth and the Four of Earth. It's making me feel like he's trying to find ways to pocket more time with you. So be like strategic and maybe how he aligns his schedule with yours, or making sure that if he does schedule you, that he's doing it in times where he's working as much as possible. um I don't know, there's just something to do with like strategy here, because the Six of Earth is talks about wanting to spend more time with someone or wanting to engage more with someone. So he could be trying to maybe manipulate ways in which he is working as much as when you're working, something along those lines. So I am getting a yes that he was thinking about you today, and he is trying to strategize ways in which to work with you more and see you more and spend time with you more. And so that's one of the things that he was thinking about. He may have even looked at the schedule or tried to figure out when your next shift was going to be. You said you work tomorrow. I do have here a card that says he's afraid to take action above the the King of Water. So he's wanting to like open like himself up to you or get closer to you, communicate with you more. But I feel like either he feels blocked. We have the Eight of Swords. He either feels blocked in being able to do this, or he's like, I don't know, because it specifically says he's afraid to take action. Like, I don't know, something about me is like he likes to exude confidence because he's showing up as the Emperor here, but I feel like he has a lot more insecurities than he lets on. I don't feel like he would just outright tell you that he finds you attractive. So maybe he was thinking about ways in which to pursue you or just try to spend more time with you. It's like a lot of strategy. I mean, for 5 cards, I don't really have a ton of information to go on, but that's definitely one of the things that he was thinking of. Because it's like review and evaluate, assess, strategize, things like that. So it's just a lot of like he's working very, very hard at this. Like the word tireless is here. Like he's trying to find solutions to this problem, which is not really a problem. It's just he finds that not being able to see you every shift or whatever it is like just a non-negotiable. He wants to work with you as much as he can. So he's just trying to figure out a way this will work out favorable for him. And I think part of it is too is that he's not really sure what you think of him. So I feel like he just wants more time to kind of figure you out and see if maybe you're open to him or yeah. Yeah, he definitely wants to see you. That's like one thing he was thinking about a lot. I don't know. I'm specifically getting the vision of you standing next to a counter, having a conversation with him. And this could just mean like, because Spirit's reminding specifically right now of like when I worked in a restaurant and like there was a specific like area of the kitchen, like it was almost like an alley where we would talk, we would converse, we talk about our day. It was like close to the line, and we would like get drinks here and do the bread baskets and things like that. And so like something is just reminding me of like trying to communicate, trying to talk, or having a memory of talking like in this area. And so of course where I work doesn't look where you worked, but he is thinking back on a time specifically. It's like next to a counter, maybe prepping food, getting drinks. I don't know. It's not like on the floor. It's not like by a POS, or I don't even know if you guys have those on the floors anymore if you use tablets, but it's not like in the back by the freezer. We're not rolling silverware. It's like I'm in the middle of a shift. And oh, so you do have a POS system. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's like I'm in the middle of a shift and I'm like passing through. and there's like an interaction there. That's what I'm getting. It's not the end of the shift. It's not the beginning of the shift. It's during the shift. So if that resonates for you, take it, because that's specifically what I'm being shown. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Yeah, we have counters there where we put the food onto the pew. Gotcha. So what I can take from that, hey Katie, what I can take from that is he is just also thinking about maybe a recent or very fond interaction that you guys have had with one another. That's also something he thought about. It's kind of crazy because if I try to put myself in like remote viewing, which I feel like I'll be very good at doing at some point because I have clairsentience and I've had remote viewing dreams where I've like been I'm trying to explain it like it's almost like I'm standing behind a person and I'm following them around. And so I almost am seeing it from their perspective. I've had dreams like that. I don't know who these people are, but I feel like remote viewing is something I'm going to be able to do or get pieces of information from at some point. And I almost feel like I'm seeing through his eyes at you. And it's like he really thinks of you as a whole, like from top to bottom, like from the top of your head and your hair all the way down to your feet. It's like nothing specifically is being pointed at me. It's not like, oh my God, I love her skin. I love her lips. I love her hair. She's like such good complexion. She has such a cute frame. Like I'm like basically he sees you like in your entirety physically and likes everything that he's seeing. Usually I can pick out that someone likes something particular about somebody, but he's very much viewing you as a whole. And that's what I'm getting. So it's like you may want specifics, you may want details, you may want to know what does he like about me, but I'm like, he likes everything he's seeing, girl, from top to bottom. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's what it feels like. It's like it's hilarious to me the way that I'm seeing it. Like how, like you said, how small you are, like everything. Okay, so we're gonna move on to your second question here. Katie's saying sale, and can you see that for me too? Oh, donated for 2 questions. Okay, let's see. All right, so Katie will be after D. Katie, did you donate for extra cards or did you donate for 2 questions? Hair, eyes, teeth, skin. You're like one thing, one quality. Well, don't think it's weird because I love that someone thinks that you're, the whole package. Like I mean, of course you want someone to like something about you. Like, is there a specific detail that you're drawn to on me? Like, of course. But it's like you don't want someone to just like you for certain parts of you, He's such a big guy, so I don't get how he could just like everything. What do you mean? Why don't you think that? Two questions. Got it. I don't think that's true. I think if you're shorter on the short side and the small petite, like you might just be more fun to toss around. You might be fun size to them. They might like that a lot. I've seen tons of huge men being with super teensy tiny women, like football players that are like 6'3" with like a 5'4" woman. I don't think it's unheard of. I think maybe if you've been around a lot of taller men, then, and they've told you their preferences, you may have like a feeling about that because that's what you've been told. But I don't think that that's everybody generally. Yeah, exactly. Not fun sized. Girl, I don't know about that because I am thick. Let me tell you, you guys have not even seen what I'm working with over here, and I am with a man who's like 135 pounds. So I think any shape, any size, it just depends on the person, what you like. Okay, so second question. Oh, no, Katie, she wasn't saying that she's weak, like strength. She was saying she's like laughing. She thinks it's funny. Secret admirers for Kendra. Yeah, I see what you mean, Kendra. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the list for now, Kendra, if that's okay. I don't necessarily want to close it, but I want to hold donations until I can get through this list and we'll see where we're at. So if anybody comes in and is like, "Are you still taking donations?" Tell them that our list is paused, but they're welcome to come back in like 30 minutes and see if we're still taking any donations. They can check back in, in a little bit, but I don't want to completely stop. I just want to see what time it is because I feel like I keep getting ahead of myself. So if that's okay. Oh, Katie. So that went over both of our heads, it seems. It's a quote from a song. Got it. Yeah, that went completely over my head. I thought you were saying, like, what's wrong with being weak? Because, like, Kendra was saying, her physical characteristics. So that made me laugh. Yeah, we were both confused. It's okay. All right, Kendra. For related astrological signs, we have Cancer. This can be that they are Cancer, or you met them during Cancer season. I'm also hearing Scorpio. We have Aquarius, but this can also be Gemini, Libra, but strong Aquarius. Romo's a Cancer, no shit. That's crazy. Enrique is a Scorpio or Leo. Yeah. I'm not seeing Scorpio, but I just heard Scorpio, so I trust that as a divine message. Okay, so there's someone here. The number 7 or 14 might be important. They are, I feel like I'm getting a couple people here. There's a lot of, even though I'm not getting any 3s in the cards, I'm seeing a lot of 3s. So I see like a person with 2 horses. I see a child with 2 mermaids. I see a woman with 2 to 3 animal guides around her. Things like that. So I'm seeing a lot of like 2, 3. So I feel like it's definitely multiple people. So who I'm describing, it might be a mix between those people. But I'm going to tell you some things that I am seeing. I'm seeing someone who is logical, someone who is honest, someone who is curious and maybe impulsive, someone who can tend to be a bit restless or overthinker, but they're very much into learning. They can be like intelligent. They may be someone who's like going to school, or someone who just like constantly like likes to learn new things and like nourish their brain with information and facts and things like that. There's also determination here, self-discipline. So I feel like one person's impulsive, one person's not. Or if this is the same person, maybe they're disciplined in certain areas of their life, but in their personal life, they like to be a little bit more impulsive. But this honestly could be 2 different people. Because if you're either disciplined or you're impulsive, in my opinion, but maybe they just take certain things very seriously, and others, they like to kind of just march to the beat of their own drum. I do feel like there's someone here with a bit of chaotic. Romo's in school. I feel like this person's a bit chaotic in energy. I don't feel like where there's someone here that's a bit chaotic, like they just kind of do what feels good to them at the time. Because they're in need for balance and moderation. So they might like not really follow a diet, or they could be someone who likes to go out for drinks or like overly consume certain things that people would be like, hey, maybe want to dial it back, like play hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of video games. That's just an example, but it's like someone who just kind of like flies by the seat of their pants. They just do what feels good in the moment, and sometimes they could go ham and maybe need to dial it back a little bit. But I do feel like you got this person here is like cooperative, willing to compromise, likes to wait for the perfect timing, and they're looking for a meaningful connection, a meaningful relationship. I am seeing short hair and I am seeing long hair. Long hair looks like it could have some wave, mostly straight, and we also have a shorter cut. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing, whether it resonates or not. I'm going to tell you all the details that I'm getting. This is someone who might surf or just go swimming a lot. Travel is also here. Important, trustworthy relationships is important to them. and they're looking for fulfillment in life. They're flexible. Like, while if they want something to go their way, and it doesn't, they handle it with grace and they handle it fine. It may be challenging for them, but they're not the type of person that's going to have a total meltdown if something doesn't pan out the way that they want it to. They're very blunt, straightforward, honest. Like, they may hurt your feelings, like not you specifically, but people's feelings, because they don't really have tact. They just kind of say what they're thinking, what's on their mind. And I feel like this person that I'm describing also really just loves the simple things in life, the finer things in life. Like, I feel like they try as hard as they can to not worry, not concern themselves with the future, just very much live in the present. Romo has short hair, Enrique has long hair. I'm dead. Dead. So yeah, that's what I've got. So you might find like this person has like water sport hobbies, like surfing, swimming, jet skis, like active sports, things like that, but water sports. So that's what I've got for you, Kendra. I feel like this might have helped narrow things down, or at least give you confirmation, it seems. So that's good. Thank you. Thank you for your donation and your help tonight. So we're going to go ahead and move on to Vetus. Vetus, I am ready for your question. Kendra, I think what would be important is if you go through the list of everything that I said and just like make a list on a piece of paper and associate the qualities that I gave to you with who that would likely match. And then if you have any extra characteristics left over, like set it aside and see maybe someone new comes through, or maybe you learn more about each of these people and you discover that one of those things relate and you can start kind of putting it together. That's what I would do if it were me. But of course, you do what you do what you want to do. Good. I'm glad. Yep, that may be possible, or maybe it's things that you don't know about them yet, You're welcome. Oh, Vetus, you added to your donation. I did not realize. Thank you for telling me. Okay, that sounds good, Vetus. I'm just shuffling for you right now, and then I'll get started. Okay, so we have the Hermit to start off, and this is someone who's a bit more closed off. Now, there could be basically a disconnect between your interests. I don't know, like this almost seemed like something that felt like maybe good on paper or something that felt promising at one point, but then like things just kind of fell off. And I'm not sure if it's like you're the social one and he's not, or he's the social one and you're not, or hopefully I said that right, but like a vice versa situation. But it almost seems like things are just not what they presented themselves to be in the beginning. And it seems like there's a very closed off like essence around you guys. And I think also you've been slowly getting like insight intuitively about this connection that maybe you've been kind of trying to sweep under the rug or ignore or overlook, maybe because the Hermit here talks about like having spiritual insight and relying on your inner knowing. And maybe there's parts of you that like have had a thought and you're like, I'm just gonna ignore that for now and keep going because this is nice. This companionship is nice. But I think maybe it's getting to a point where it's happening more frequently. That's so weird. As I was saying that, my fiance got a chill. And sometimes it happens to me too as confirmation when I'm doing a reading. So that was kind of weird. I like physically saw him have a chill. You're being drawn into it. Like you don't ever get chills. I don't even know the last time you've gotten one. And it's just like almost like you guys are maybe putting equal effort into it, but it's not the same type of love or the same type of interest or the same. It's almost like you guys are incompatible in certain ways. And truth be told, I don't know if this is going to change. So I have here the Tower, which talks about life experience. So like the lessons that you have learned and the way that you apply it into your life now and moving forward. And the Tower also talks about powerful revelations that lead to change that needs to happen. And you'll a lot of times see the Tower because it talks about a collapse or a sudden like epiphany or a sudden just things start to feel like they're just kind of falling around you, because when you don't build things on the proper foundation, you don't build a house on the proper foundation, things are just going to start collapsing, caving in, falling apart. And I don't feel like you guys started off very solid to begin with. And when you see the Tower in the reading, it's because there's been truths that you have been ignoring, and now you're at a place where you can't really ignore them anymore. And you'll find that your spiritual team or your higher power will just kind of force its way in and make things collapse intentionally because you've been ignoring them for so long. Kendra, I want to get through this list first. Like, I want to get through Beatus, D, and Katie, and then decide at that point if I'm like still have energy to do more readings or if I need to stop it there. So I don't have like a particular time. I just wanted people to kind of check back in a little bit to see kind of where I was. Yeah. But Kendra, you can always get a private reading with me as well. We can always talk, off of here if that was for you or if you were just curious. But everybody that's in here right now, you guys can always get readings from me. Just email me what you want. I'll give you a price list and I can do those for you. That way they're pre-recorded and you can receive those and watch them anytime that's convenient for you. So just keep that in mind as well. Honestly, he acts like a person who has a wife or something. Oh, no! Like, outside of you. Like, you feel like he's keeping some things away from you. Yeah, I definitely feel like he is closed off. He definitely feels like someone who's not really telling everything. Fortunately, I don't have the 7 of swords yet. I'm gonna keep shuffling. If that card comes out, or a 3 of cups or something, I might say, "Hey, just pay attention to your gut instincts." Queen Resilient, hello. You've gone by a different name, haven't you? I feel like I've seen your profile picture before. We are pausing the donations right now. I want to get through the list that I have and see if I'm still feeling up to taking more donations. So, what we've been telling people is you could come back in like 30 minutes and see if I have reopened my list. But I can do another one of these streams tomorrow if you guys would like. I feel like it's more affordable and people can kind of build their reading up if they want. Oh, Empress, yes. Okay, I do remember. But I'll be back tomorrow night as well. Queen Resilience. And, for whatever reason I'm not able to do more readings tonight, I'll do another one of these types of streams. So that way you guys can, get that lower price if that's what you're interested in. I love the emojis. Thank you. Okay, so Vetus, so far we have 9 of Earth and 2 of Air in the additional cards. And the 9 of Earth is a very independent energy. It's an energy where maybe you feel like this person's spending a lot of time on their own, doing their own thing. And that may be what's leading you to feel like maybe there's something suspicious going on. The 2 of Air also talks about not able to deciding between 2 things. This could be 2 people. Again, I'm not getting 100% confirmation that I feel like anything's happening, but I feel like it's important that you listen to your gut. The 2 of Air feels like a stalemate, pretending like there's not a problem. So, he could be choosing to stay with you or leave. It doesn't necessarily mean he's got something else going on or he has another whole life somewhere else. And he's living like a double life necessarily, but it does mean that he's struggling with deciding between something or trying to ignore that there's an issue here. And that's his intentions, that's his feelings about it. Maybe that's why you're kind of feeling a little weird as well. So the 5 of Swords is here, and it talks about wanting to win at all costs, wanting to be the better side set up in an equation. It is a conflict, and it's where it might be necessary for you to review everyone's motives, review your feelings, reassess on those, and maybe have a conversation with him as well. I feel like after a year, you would know at this point if this is something that you'd like to move forward with. And I think that it's important that you acknowledge that maybe you're not getting everything out of this that you want. Ace of Fire here, which is telling you to change your life. So that's some advice that I have for you here. Organize, structure, discipline. Take the lead on this. Seeing the truth of the situation. So kind of crazy that after pretending that there's no problem, I have the card that says seeing the truth of the situation. Vetus, I would say it's important that you're honest with yourself more than anything. If you feel like something is off, I feel like you've been around this person long enough to assess if this is working or not. I am having a hard time seeing what specifically this is, but there is a lesson here for you because the Five of Air talks about learning what you can from this experience. We also have Page of Water, which talks about synchronicities, the things in life that just kind of seem like they're lining up and drawing like maybe signals or signs to us. Or you might see like repeating patterns or reoccurring themes happening in your life that you've got to get yourself out of. So I hope that that reading was beneficial for you, Vetus. Thank you very much. Dee, I am ready for your question. Good. I'm glad, Vetus. Thank you. Okay, Dee, you got it. Let me go ahead and get my cards reshuffled. Okay, what is this? It's interesting because it almost seems like you and him, what I'm picking up on, you're a little bit bored of life in some aspect. It seems like you're ready for a change, you're ready for something to change, like a breath of fresh air, something to kind of switch things up from the same old, and I feel Tim feeling the same way. I do have the sun here, which talks about a happy outcome, new things that lead to success, and having confidence in yourself. It's making me feel like good things are to come from this connection, this union in the next 7 months. The sun is also Leo, so that would put us just before Leo season, so maybe we're going to see something around that time as well. I think that with the 5 of air and the balance next to each other that I have here is just like be very willing to take the right steps, not rush into something that's going to just bounce back to old habits. And you want something new with this person, you're looking forward to that possibility. And so if he needs a complete clean slate and he needs the ability to completely detach from this other situation, and if you come in and cloud his judgment, and let's just say he decides he wants to be with you but he hasn't completely learned his lesson from this previous relationship, you guys may risk him going back to this other person. So it's very important that there's a clean slate, that there's a clean break from this person, that Tim has had enough time to like completely move on from that before anything happens between you guys. I feel like 7 months is very logical, but I'm getting the message that it's important for you guys to do things maybe the right way, slowly. Let's just not rush into things. Balance, it talks about the need for moderation, doing things one step at a time, cooperation, compromise, collaborating, waiting for the perfect timing. There's just a lot of that going on. I'm going to keep pulling some cards here for you. That's what I got out of the first row. So we have memories from your past coming through. Six of water is reconciliation, so coming together after a time apart. That's promising. Oh, two of water came out. Two of water tried to come out earlier, but I put it back in because it wasn't like an organic fallout. But it is here again. And I think you had two of water in your first reading regarding him. This talks about a relationship continuing to grow closer. He's searching for something more fulfilling. I think you are as well, but this is his perspective, is he wants something that's going to stimulate him in all the ways that feels good. I know. We also have a note here that says a positive resolution will reach, or a positive resolution regarding a conflict. A significant life event, a powerful revelation that leads to change, movement forward. Things are looking up, the end of a difficult situation. I am getting a yes that you guys will communicate over the next 7 months. I I am getting a yes that it's going to be more communication than it has been in the recent past, like noticeably more. I asked if you guys will get into a relationship. I'm getting an unclear response with that. It's a 2 of air, which is a 2 of swords, which is a stalemate, and it makes me feel like nothing's set in stone right now. But things do feel promising. Things feel on the up and up. I would love to see this continue on this trajectory. He isn't married to this person, right? This is like a girlfriend situation. I'm asking because it talks about here like financial connections, like joint accounts, places of residence, things like that need to be worked out. And doing what you know is right in this regard. There's multiple cards here talking about things are looking good, but have patience at this time. So this is like a long game thing that I'm seeing here. Okie dokie, gotcha. Okay, because I was gonna say it talks here about like documents and contracts and things of that nature that need to be worked out still with the 2 of swords. So I think this might still be a bit of a waiting game for you, D, I feel. But he is seeming a little bit unsatisfied. We have the 5 of earth. So he is feeling limited and he's feeling like he is lacking something, like there is a void to fill in his life that he's not getting from this other person. Things don't feel the best over there. I don't know if like they're gonna try to work it out. I don't know if they're, just gonna go their separate ways or what this is, but it seems like he's still trying to figure it all out. Katie, I am ready for your questions. You said that's what you feel too. What do you feel? That things are not going well. Oh, yeah. I would agree with that for sure. So, Kendra, I think I'm going to go ahead and keep my list closed because I'm about to be on my last readings of the night. And I think I'm going to go ahead and head out and spend some time with my fiance tonight. He's got like an hour before bed, so I'm just going to go ahead and hang out with him. You're so welcome, Dee. Thank you. Oh no, you're good, Katie. Okay. Oh my god, that is so crazy. The 7 of air fell out, and it was just, like, spinning around like a dreidel. And I'm like, "Where are you landing, sir?" Um, but 7 of air isn't great. I've gotta say, Katie, the only thing that surrounds him right now is just the memories and the thought of you that you guys share and shared in the past. But I'm getting, like, nothing but no's right now. The 7 of air talks about someone who just doesn't feel their best in the connection or in the relationship. They feel like they have to do things under the radar, maybe be kind of sneaky, or feel like they can't be 100% upfront and truthful with someone. And I feel like they're just in this place with the 7 of air just spinning around and around and around, that they're not necessarily ready to come out of that place. I think that they feel like they weren't able to meet up with maybe your expectations, and they're very much like stuck in their what is this? Like their alone time, I guess, because the hermit is here and it's saying that they're wanting to spend time by their self. I don't even see here that this person's spending time with anyone else. It's just like nothing is changing right now. The moon is here. It talks about things like that we also keep hidden. So seeing the hermit talking about being closed off, the moon is closed off, the 7 of air is closed off. It's like we're trying to constantly like suppress and repress things. Um, I feel like he needs to gain some cojones and he needs to speak his mind with confidence. He needs to be able to articulate what it is that he wants. He has a hard time expressing that because he does have like a minor sense of empathy. And I think that it's more so just easier for him to just ignore things than communicate, because I don't think he's ever really been taught how to express himself. He needs probably professional help, honestly, with that. And he's having an imbalance between his mental and emotional side of things. And he's trying to work towards getting that feeling more leveled out. But and maybe this time of isolation is gonna, help him. But like I said, the only thing I see around him right now in regards to you is memories from your history together, and like thinking fondly on those interactions, the time spent together. The 6 of water, it does interpret as a card of maybe wanting reconciliation again at some point. But as far as is he going to change his view right now, like I am getting a no. I know nothing will change now. I was hoping for New Year. He said 410, sad about us. So not sad about us. He didn't love us as much as I did. We had a good time. Yeah, I know. I know what you mean. So, Katie, the way that it works with tarot is that I can only foresee past where we are right now. So, let's just say he made the decision to change his views and come back. I could tell you yes, but he hasn't decided yet. And unfortunately, when someone hasn't made a decision or unwilling to change because we all have free will, that's the extent that anybody would be able to see. And if anybody told you outside of like a literal psychic, like a renowned psychic, and even then, they're going to tell you that that outcome could change. If anyone were to tell you right now that they see him coming back in the new year, I feel like that they would be lying to you. Only because he's not in that place just yet. So his free will hasn't been decided. Yeah, not right now. We can, if he has decided to change his view and want to reconcile, we could see as far as a year or 2 years. But right now, he's just a bit blocked. He's a bit shut down. I don't think that he's in the headspace. Like, for instance, I could do this reading for you tonight and tell you, no, I'm not seeing it. And then tomorrow, he could literally wake up with a whole new perspective. And then when I did the same reading for you tomorrow that I did tonight, things would start changing. I would start seeing different cards in my reading. I would start getting different impressions and things like that. And then maybe that would change. I mean, we can change our mind at any point. So that's why energy check-ins are very good, because you want to kind of see where someone's head is at. We also have to take it with a grain of salt and keep in mind that feelings, thoughts, and emotions are not the same as actions. So it just gets kind of tricky as well. Everyone's moods fluctuate. You can feel great one day and not so great the next. But yeah, so that's what I would say. I would say, maybe check back in on that specific question, like hold on to it and ask it again, maybe in like 3 or 4 weeks, and we can see if anything's changed. It's definitely okay to keep asking. Absolutely. You may feel like it's a little bit redundant to ask like day after day after day. You might want to give it a little bit of time in between, but it's definitely good to get those check ins, and you can kind of see how someone's mind has changed and where they're at now at this point. But I am ready for your next question whenever you are. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, of course. Okay, so let's take a look at that question for you. Hmm. Are you having conflict in your life regarding other people? Or what is this? It's like looking for resolution. Bothersome details, conflict with others, competing goals. Overall, I am getting a yes though, because with that card, whatever this conflict is that you're feeling in your life, in your personal life, it seems like things are looking up because we have the Six of Air with it, and that talks about like moving on to calmer, still waters where everything's on fire, we see like a clearing, and it feels like the end of a difficult situation. I am getting a message here that it would be good for you to kind of get out of your environment, try to find ways to shake it up a little bit in December, because when things can feel like stagnant and still and like things aren't changing, it helps us to get out of our environment and get a different perspective, or just kind of get out of our head for a little while. So I feel like December would be great for you to spend time with other people or get away. Even if it's just for a day or even a couple of hours, just try to spend a lot of time that you can outside of where you normally spend your time. If that makes sense. Jordan is like, he's in my head and I'm angry. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, things are looking up in that regard. Rest, vacation, go on holiday. If you have any extra time from work or school or whatever that you can, just really make that time count. Yeah, I feel you. You're getting a message here to stand your ground though, okay? So just stay confident that the things that are happening right now are for your highest good. And if, let's just say, you feel like you weren't being given, let's just say with Jordan, for example, you're not being given what you feel you deserve or what you expect from a partner. Spirit is saying stand your ground with this and don't give in. If something happens, like, make sure that your points are still your points, because if Jordan comes back around in 3 weeks, it may sound great and lovely and exciting, but if nothing has changed, you just find yourself back where you started. So I'm just getting from your guides to just, like, stay strong. Some moderation with your spending is another message here for December. Um, so either you're I don't know what this is. Being too frivolous or too cautious is what it's telling me. It could be either or. The Four of Pentacles is where we feel like we're holding on very tightly to our money, and that could be because we're spending too much or because we don't have enough. This is a good time to be charitable as well. It might make your heart feel better to be more generous with people with your time. So it just feels like, yeah, spending time kind of outside of your comfort zone this month would be really good for you. And that's a special message for you, because I've been telling a lot of people not to do the complete opposite of that. But I think for your particular situation, this would be beneficial. Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. So yeah, that's what I've got. Just a lot of balance, a lot of doing things in moderation, taking time for yourself, getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of your head, doing things that are more social, you know, just living it up. So that's what I've got for you, Katie. You said you have things planned. Good. Good night, Venus. Good. I'm glad that you have things planned. Follow through with those. Even if in the moment, let's just say you made the plan and last minute you feel, ugh, I just really don't feel like doing this. Just still do it. get yourself to go, even if it's only for an hour, because I feel like once you get there, you're gonna be happy that you went. You're welcome. All right, so I hate to run, guys. I would love to stay in chat, but I am gonna hop off here. So you guys have a lovely rest of your night. I will be back tomorrow night, so keep an eye out for that. Have a lovely evening.